All right, let's jump right into a story that honestly feels like it's straight out of a movie. It's a mystery that makes you question everything you think you know about time and reality. This is the wild, incredible legend of Flight 914.
So could a plane really just take off in 1955 and then touch down in 1992, with every single person on board exactly the same as the day they left? I mean, it sounds completely nuts, right? Well, that's the unbelievable story of Flight 914.
Now, to really get this, we're not going to start at the beginning. We're going to jump right to the end. Or maybe it's the beginning all over again. Let's go to Caracas, Venezuela in 1992. An air traffic controller is having a totally normal day when an old plane just appears out of thin air, like a ghost.
Just imagine you're that air traffic controller. A propeller plane, something you haven't seen in years, just pops up on your radar. So you get on the radio and you hear a voice that sounds like it's from another time, a pilot asking to land a Pan Am flight. But wait, Pan Am went out of business a year before this. Chilling, right?
The pilot is absolutely convinced it's the year 1955, but everyone in that control tower is looking at their calendars and it is definitely 1992. We're talking about a 37-year gap. How on earth is that even possible? This is the moment the story goes from just being strange to being truly bizarre.
So the plane actually lands, and it is literally like a time capsule just rolled onto the tarmac. You've got this vintage aircraft, passengers dressed in 1950s fashion, looking totally bewildered. Their clothes, their suitcases, their little paper tickets, everything is from another era. And here's the craziest part. They haven't aged a single day.
Just when you think things can't possibly get any weirder, they do. The pilot, after hearing over the radio that it's 1992, apparently freaks out. He guns the engines and just takes off. No permission, nothing. The plane climbs back into the clouds and it's gone. Again. And this time, it seems, for good.
Okay, so a ghost plane. Where did it come from? To answer that, we have to do a little time traveling ourselves. We've got to rewind all the way back to 1955, the day the flight was supposed to land.
So picture this. It was a beautiful day for flying. Flight 914, a Pan Am DC-4, takes off from New York, headed for Miami. Everything is totally routine. Until it's not. Less than 2 hours in, the plane just, poof, vanishes from radar. No warning, no distress call, not a word. Just gone.
And the disappearance was perfect. Almost too perfect. Search crews found absolutely nothing. No wreckage, no debris in the ocean, no oil slicks, not a single trace. It was as if the plane and all 57 people on board had just dissolved into thin air.
I mean, come on, what a story. You've got time travel, a ghost plane, a perfect vanishing act. It's an incredible, incredible tale. But, and this is a big but, is it actually true? Let's take a much closer look and see if there's any real evidence to back this legend up.
And this is where we kind of have to hit the brakes. After hearing all those dramatic, unbelievable details, it's time to ask the most important question of all. Is this a documented, real-life paranormal event? Or is it just one heck of a story? Okay, let's look at the facts. Or, in this case, the complete and total lack of facts. When journalists and investigators actually started digging for proof, they found, well, nothing. Zilch. Nada. There are no official records of a Pan Am flight disappearing in 1955. No air traffic logs from Venezuela in 1992, no government investigation, not one single piece of verifiable evidence.
So if the story isn't true, where in the world did it come from? I mean, how does a myth this detailed, this compelling, even get started? Well, the answer, as it turns out, is kind of hilarious. It all started with a trip to the grocery store checkout line.
So the amazing story of Flight 914 didn't come from a declassified government report or a dusty historical archive. Note, it came from right here, the Weekly World News. This was an American tabloid that was famous for its totally bonkers and almost completely made-up stories. We're talking headlines like, Bat Boy Found in Cave and Aliens Bible Found. They were the absolute masters of presenting fiction as fact.
And this is pretty much the classic recipe for how you cook up a modern myth. Some writer creates a super exciting story, the tabloid prints it, maybe throws in some fake photos, then other places start repeating it, it gets shared around, and before you know it, millions of people believe this piece of complete fiction is a real-life unsolved mystery.
So, the story's fake. Case closed, right? Well, hold on. Knowing it's fake is really only half the story.
The much more interesting question is, why do we want to believe it so badly? What is it about this specific tale that's so powerful it just won't go away?
It's because this story is basically the perfect cocktail of everything we find fascinating. As humans, we are just hardwired to love a good mystery. We are totally captivated by the idea of time travel. Plus, the story often gets tied to the Bermuda Triangle, which adds this whole other layer of intrigue. It's a story that speaks to that little part of us that just hopes the world is a bit more magical and mysterious than it really is.
At the end of the day, the legend of Flight 914 isn't a true story about a plane that traveled through time. But it is a true story about us, about our fascination with the unknown and our deep love for a good story. It makes you think, doesn't it? The next time you hear an unbelievable tale that seems too good to be true, what will you believe?